What is up, y'all? We back. And today we're going to be talking about some facts with Damien Leone's Terrifier. Now, I learned a lot, you know, kind of just getting into everything with this movie and some facts that makes me respect and just love it 10 times more than I already do. Now, starting off, did you all know that David Howard Thornton, he was the 6th person to audition after Mike Giannelli pulled away from the Arthur Clown role? I didn't know that. I actually didn't know that David Howard Thornton, you know, was like another pick later down the road. I thought he was like immediately like that pick. But from what I found out, basically he auditioned and he had did like an audition with him, like kind of just stabbing someone, like just like kind of showing what he'd do if he was in that situation. And from my knowledge, Damien and just the whole team automatically knew that David Howard Thornton was the man that they wanted, just because he said, Damien also said that, you know, he wanted Arthur Clown to be a little slimmer and everything. He had this image of Arthur Clown in his mind, and David fit that. And, you know, David, he has a great background in just acting and things like that, where he, you know, is real good with like mime type of things. And he also is a huge fan of the Joker, to the point he had did some stuff with the Joker in the past. So I'm guessing that David brought a lot of that to the character of Arthur Clown. And I remember being at a panel, a convention, and he was on stage and he actually did like a Joker, I don't know what to call it, like just something where he was in a Joker character for about 2 minutes, and it was just crazy. It really just felt like we was listening to the Joker, man. And pushing forward, like I said, everybody knows that David Howard Thornton is talented. All the things that he brings to Arthur Clown without saying a word, that's talent, man. So next, so that scene where Don's actually in a car listening to the radio after they leave the pizzeria, and we see an ambulance drive past, it actually fit the scene. It just made the scene feel more eerie and intense, kind of having us wonder like what's going on back at that pizzeria spot. But I just found out that actually that wasn't planned. An ambulance just drove past and it just kind of fit the scene. It wasn't nothing where Damien stepped to the side and called an ambulance to come on set. It was actually just pure luck, but it came out great, and it really made me start to think like, what the hell is Arthur Clown doing back at that pizza spot? So yeah, that's another fact with Terrifier. Now this fact was very eerie and creepy. I'm not gonna lie, because I always thought that when we're seeing like Arthur Clown in like these tunnels and everything, he's walking, you see the lights going over him, it kind of just gave me a creepy vibe, man. Just the whole set for real Terrifier was creepy as hell. Like that like warehouse, whatever the hell it was. Now I'm finding out it was a hospital from my knowledge. So this fact right here is crazy, y'all. The underground tunnels used in the film were a part of an abandoned Seaview hospital. These tunnels were used to transport the dead out of sight of the other patients, where they were to be cremated. That is so fucking eerie, bro, knowing that, you know, Arthur Clown was in there really just killing people and taking them out and everything in these tunnels and all through these hallways. And it's actually a fucking hospital where they take out the deceased in those halls and tunnels. That is fucking crazy. So it's kind of wow how that shit worked out, and it's also just making it feel like a little bit more eerier. But yeah, so fun fact, I used to call that shit a warehouse. It is not a warehouse. It's actually a hospital where, you know, a lot of stuff took place from my knowledge. And yeah, that's a crazy fact with Terrifier, man. But we got more. So I was really wondering about this, man. So now I want to tell you guys this crazy fact. So the same face mold that was used in one of Damien's earlier films, All Hallows Eve, that Mike Giannelli wore for Arthur Clown, it's actually the same mold that David Howard Thornton is wearing in a Terrifier movie. Now, that's very interesting, because I feel like Mike Giannelli has like a rounder face than David Howard Thornton, and, you know, his face is a little bit, you know, circular, but they're saying this is the same mold that he wore in All Hallows Eve, and I guess it got passed down to David Howard Thornton. But when I look at these two, they don't look like the same Arthur Clown. I mean, some features are the same, like the nose and everything, but the cheekbones are there, but something just feels different. I'm gonna have to go back and look at some photos, but yeah, this is a fact. They actually reused the same mold with Mike Giannelli that he wore in All Hallows Eve for Terrifier with David Howard Thornton. So that is very interesting. We know that they had a budget, a low budget with this film, and now look at them, man. A lot of the things that they did to get them to where they are now was all worth it. Next, So I always wanted to know, why didn't Mike Giannelli reprise his role as Art the Clown? Well, we're about to find out. Mike Giannelli, the original Art the Clown in the Ninth Circle in All Hallows Eve, decided to not reprise his role due to how long it would take to apply the heavy prosthetics and makeup. David Howard Thornton took his place. Director Damien Leone said of the change, Mike may as well have been a guy dressed as a clown, whereas David is a clown. He is a walking cartoon. He is Roger Rabbit in real life. And you'll never believe that he's Art the Clown, but he knows how to flip the switch and bring it to a dark place. So that is very unfortunate, because I know now he probably feels like, and from my knowledge, I think him and Damien are still like friends and everything. Like, they're good friends actually, but I can be wrong. But oh man, I know he's looking like, wow, if you would have just stuck with the character, man, Art the Clown. I mean, if it was really bothering him that much, you know, the prosthetics, and I have heard those stories about how long it took Art the Clown and David Howard Thornton to get that makeup together in the earlier stages of the Terrifier franchise. I've heard it was a long time. I've heard the stories about Jim Carrey as the Grinch, Robert Englund, Vecna from Stranger Things, horror stories on the stage they have to go through to put these prosthetics on. So maybe he just couldn't tolerate it, man, and he walked away, unfortunately. But, you know, All Hallows Eve, I think he did good, but you can definitely see the different volumes between Mike Giannelli and David Howard Thornton as Art the Clown and Terrifier. So this is very interesting. We found out that actually one of the actors on set, the cat lady, made David Howard Thornton cry because of her amazing emotional performance in the Terrifier movie. So when Art the Clown's holding Emily doll, which is, fun fact, her daughter, which is, fun fact, the pale girl, that's crazy. But when he's holding her, you know, the doll or whatever, and she's doing what she's doing, and she's moping and just being emotional and stuff like that, that actually made David Howard Thornton cry on set. That is crazy. So imagine being, you know, in a scene and things are so powerful and emotional from the actor that's in front of you, end up crying on set. So that's a very fun fact, because we just heard that he almost threw up in Terrifier 3 due to the rat scene with the pipe down her throat. So in Terrifier 1, he actually damn near cried, from my knowledge, with the cat lady and her emotional scene with him holding the Emily doll. So that's a crazy fact. But we got more.
But wait, there's more.
Now this is, you know, this is a little crazy fact. So originally the pizzeria spot was going to be a burger spot, but they found out that the girls on set was vegetarian, so they had to rock out with pizza. So Damien ended up changing it when he realized both Jenna Cannell and Catherine Cochran are vegetarian. So that shows you the type of guy Damien is. He wanted to make them be comfortable and things like that. And yeah, they're probably just rocking out with some cheese pizza. So originally it was going to be a burger spot, guys. I mean, that's not too crazy, but to know that, because that pizza scene is so, the pizzeria scene is so iconic and stands out, I wonder how it would have been with the fucking burger spot being there, you know, just a burger joint and everything. Just maybe was it a different spot? Because from my knowledge, the pizza spot that they actually use is a real pizza spot. It's nothing where they just built it. It's actually there standing tall, but I did just hear things about it being closed. I want to know how it would have turned out if it was a burger spot. Would it have been set up differently? Would it have looked different? That's just something I always think about now that I found out this crazy fact. We have another crazy fact. Jenna Cannell as Tara performed all her stunts in the Terrifier movie. So everything she did in Terrifier was performed by her, no stunt double. So she's going up against Art the Clown in these crazy intense moments. He's doing what he's doing, throwing her all over the place. It got very physical in Terrifier, especially in the final act. If you've seen the movie, I'm pretty sure you've seen it if you're watching me right now. But yeah, fun fact, the character Tara, played by Jenna Cannell, she did all her stunts. Kind of reminds me of Sienna Shaw's character and Lauren Lavera playing Sienna Shaw, because we found out that she actually in Terrifier 2 was doing her stunts, from my knowledge. But in Terrifier 3, she ended up getting a double because they couldn't afford to get, you know, a character hurt like Sienna Shaw. But we got some more facts. Now, this fact actually really kind of just made me be, you know, in shock for real, because it got that crazy on set. So Catherine Cochran, who played the character Dawn, actually got stuck in the freaking full body mode. So when the full body mode for Dawn's hacksaw scene was being created, actress Catherine Cochran became trapped for over an hour in the mode. This was due to her removing it too much of the separation agent, and it almost landed her in the ER. So that famous hacksaw scene came with a lot. So when they was doing the mold and everything, they actually had an incident where Catherine Cochran got stuck in the mold and it almost landed her in the ER. So that's very dangerous, man. The stuff that we hear about movies that happens behind the scenes is crazy. So we know how iconic that scene is when Arthur Clown is hacksawing down the middle. It is very brutal, it's very gory, and it actually, I think, is the scene that put Terrifier on the map for real, knowing that, you know, this almost happened, and now look at the scene, how iconic it is. They took a crazy risk, you know, with her being stuck in a mold, a body mold. That is insane. Now this one was crazy, it's fact. So Damien, to get inspiration for his kills and everything and just the brutalness of Terrifier, he actually read like medieval torture books and things like that to kind of get inspiration and get some type of thoughts to learn to do certain kills. It kind of makes me wonder, does he still do that, where he just sits back and read like a medieval torture book to see which way he wants to kill his next victim and how he wants them to hang up and do all of this craziness? I definitely think that's very interesting, because obviously that hacksaw, when I go back and look at that kill, that actually looks like some medieval shit. So yeah, fun fact, Damien looked into books and just got inspiration from like medieval kills and torture and things like that to bring to his Terrifier movies. I'm pretty sure that he still does it, because the shit that he just did with the fucking Terrifier 3 film was absolutely bonkers. And to know, like, you know, Damien's such a talented guy, to know that he was looking at things like that, probably just putting up in his memory bank. Imagine what he has for movies like Terrifier 4 and 5. It's only going to get crazier. Jenna Cannell as Tara insisted that she stayed tied up in her scene to stay in the mindset that she's actually in a real situation psychologically. She wanted to just keep herself, you know, tied up during different scene switches and things like that, just so she can remain, you know, mentally in that stage, which is very smart, so it can feel authentic and real when it comes to her scene and her take. So I think that was very smart of her. With everything with Terrifier, I want to say this before we wrap up, these facts really are crazy. I think the craziest one was the mold or the deceased bodies rolling through the old hospital. Man, it really is crazy to see how far, you know, Damien and the team came with this Terrifier movie and franchise after hearing all the facts that they went through with this. Is insane, man. It really makes me start to think about the things that, you know, happened with Terrifier 2 and 3. If crazy stuff like that happened in 1, I mean, their budget is super, you know, different, but it just makes you wonder, man, the things, you know, that happens on set with these films. Hopefully we get like a behind the scenes of Terrifier 3, like a documentary or something eventually. I would love to see how these guys put everything together. But I want you all to comment down below what you all think about these facts from the Terrifier movie. How do you feel about the new film Terrifier 3? Comment down below. Unfortunately, this is the end of the video. I want you guys to smash that like button on the way out and make sure you're subscribed. Also, hit me up on my social medias at ILIKESCARY on every platform. Watch some horror movies. Stay scary out there. Peace.